coming up tonight on Primetime Local News. We take a closer look at local businesses with our new feature, Border Stories. And students learn Cree Christmas carols, plus our weekly edition of Pet Project.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Lloydminster Council is taking steps to attract more business to the city by outlining their industrial inventory. Administration brought forward an industrial inventory analysis to Council with the goal of establishing a baseline for Lloyd's real estate landscape, as well as market demand and trends seen in the business world.
When site selectors are looking at our community for investment purposes, building a warehouse, building a new industrial facility complex, it's important to have that kind of information that we have here that gives them that base, that followed by our economic development team, because that's when you get into, we talked about utilities, water, rail access.
The over 100-page report documents past statistics useful to potential businesses and actions Lloydminster intends to make in the near future, including meeting with local businesses in the city for potential collaborative efforts.
And that's what we want to showcase, is that Lloydminster does have that ability to be an industrial leader in Western Canada. We're strategically located and we want to take advantage of that. So I think the document brings that, gives the community the ability to say, here we are, Lloydminster is more than simply Highway 16.
Council accepted the inventory analysis as information and can be viewed fully on lloydminster.ca. Kindergartners and grade 1 students from Queen Elizabeth School had the chance to sing some Christmas carols with fellow Cree singer Clint Chokin.
I am fine. I am fine. Boy after. Boy after. Come on in. Come on in. Meet the square.
The sights and sounds of music filled the air this morning as students from Queen Elizabeth School sang all sorts of Cree and Christmas songs. But it won't just be this school taking in these singing shenanigans.
I'm going to all the elementary schools where I'm singing some Christmas carols and Cree songs with the grade 1s and kindergartens. Students
also had the chance to learn different hand signs and figure out what animals were being said. Chokin believes that it is important for students to learn a new language.
It's something to expose the children with a different language where for some of them they haven't heard Cree language spoken too much in their schools, and so it's something to introduce them to different languages.
Chokin will continue to go around to other schools to share his language. The Lloydminster Men's Shelter is seeking donations of items for those staying there during the colder months of the year. The shelter put out a wish list of items needed for the men using the shelter. Some of the items include warm clothing and personal care items, as well as other basic essentials like underwear.
We can definitely use more body wash, razors, shampoo, conditioner. We're going through a lot of gloves and mitts. We've had a ton of donations of socks, so we're very grateful for all of the sock donations, but definitely need additional toques, gloves, balaclavas, scarves, anything to keep the guys warm. Underwear, long underwear would be very helpful for this year.
Kagan Neen, the executive director of the men's shelter, says that during the Christmas season, donations help make the clients staying there feel cared and provided for.
It's nice to give back to those that are less fortunate and don't have that opportunity of opening those Christmas gifts on Christmas morning. So just to be able to give something back to them and showing the guys that are staying in the shelter. And the great thing with us as well is that we still do provide clothing and some of those additional essential items to outside clients as well.
Anyone who wants more information on what to donate can reach out to the Lloydminster Men's Shelter at 306-825-3977. We are starting a new feature here on Primetime Local News. Local businesses are the heart of Lloydminster, and this week we have a spotlight on Babs Gaming and Sports Cards. Our new series is called Border Stories, and it's produced by Brandon Riddell.
I've been a gamer my whole life. Ever since I was a little kid, we always had a Super Nintendo, and I've had every Nintendo system growing up. I came up with an idea. I had a couple offers on a couple different businesses I wanted to buy, but nothing really kind of went through. Talking with my good friend Andrew, who's the other owner, he had a big love for sports cards, and he finally needed like a brick and mortar store. So we just combined the ideas, and along came Babs. Babs Gaming and Sports Cards is an entertainment facility / retail store. So we have our gaming side, which you can game out on our Xboxes, our PlayStations, our Nintendo, and then we have a theater room that we host birthday parties and stuff. Sports cards part came from my partner's love for the hobby of collecting hockey cards. We started doing smaller sports card stuff until we became a Black Diamond dealer through Upper Deck. We started off with very little retail, with a couple Funkos and some stuffies, a couple extra controllers for PlayStation, and then we just grew into Loungefly, into action figures. Community really came out and supported us big time in the beginning. Just came with us with ideas and stuff that we could do, and just products that we can bring in that people just kept buying. You listen to what your customers want and test the waters of certain things that you think might do well as well. Like our distributors that distribute these Funko Pops and these cards and all this stuff, they have a giant inventory of things to pick from. So you kind of just, you gamble a little bit and you pick and choose, and then you listen to your customers to see what they want and what they would like in the store. My favorite part, just the smiles on the kids and people's faces when they come in and they're just like astonished by all the products we carry, like the games we have and the stuff they can do in the store, and just makes them happy. It just honestly putting smiles on people's faces it's as simple as that. It just really makes me happy. If we can keep growing and keep expanding the way we are, I would love to be a facility that hosts like tournaments for all different kinds of card games, like Pokemon and Magic and Warhammer, and just being that facility in town that can do that. Keep supporting us, keep sharing our posts. It goes a long way supporting local. We can keep people employed. We've given back to the community as much as we possibly can over the years. We can't do it without people coming into the store and supporting us, so that's all we need. We just need people to keep coming in and supporting us. It helps a lot, and it works wonders for the community.
It has been quite chilly in the border city, specifically that wind. It is making it very chilly.
Definitely, yeah. That wind always seems to make, it takes it from cold to even colder. It's not the coldest day in Lloydminster, but with that wind, it kind of
like
is.
It, yeah.
It does definitely feel more like that. Minus 19 right now in the border city, but that wind, 9 kilometers an hour, is making it feel like 26. So approaching minus 30, quite cold. So maybe you don't want to be outside for a whole long time. Maybe just run out to your car and back. A few clouds here in the border city, but other than that, just a cold day and kind of the same temperatures all around the region. Nobody's really sticking out in particular. Lac La Biche minus 17, as well as Wainwright, Cold Lake and Bonnyville both minus 18, as well as Vermilion. St. Paul and Provost minus 16, Vegreville minus 14, and Edmonton minus 11. Over in Saskatchewan, a little bit cooler in places. Isle La Crosse minus 22, Meadow Lake minus 21, North Battleford minus 20, Green Lake, St. Walburg, Maidstone, and Macklin all minus 19, and Pierceland minus 17. Tonight in North Battleford, it's going to get down to minus 25, mostly cloudy and very cold. Definitely, if you are stepping outside tonight in North Battleford, you want to have that jacket on, and toque and some mitts would probably help with that too. 7 km/h winds. We can see what 9 km/h winds will do. 7 probably won't be much different. Tomorrow in North Battleford, it will be minus 20, cloudy and very cold with 13 km/h winds. So of course, that minus 20 is going to feel quite a bit cooler. And yeah, a cloudier day, maybe not the nicest day out in North Battleford, but that is kind of, I guess, what we get with winter time. Tonight in Cold Lake, minus 20, cloudy and cold as well. 9 km/h winds, so about the same wind speeds that we have here in Lloydminster. Definitely a cooler night in Cold Lake, a cold night in Cold Lake, if you will. Minus 18 tomorrow in Cold Lake. Cloudy and very cold with snow at times, accumulating from about 3 to 6 centimeters and 15 kilometer-an-hour winds. So I'm sure that snow will blow around quite a bit with that minus 18. Not a great day in Cold Lake. And tonight in Lloydminster, it will be minus 21, cloudy and cold with that wind staying at 9 kilometers an hour. Now taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, at 6 a.m. it will be cloudy and minus 19. That's going to remain through till 6 p.m. and then it will drop 2 degrees to minus 21. A windy and cold day tomorrow, so you maybe want to avoid being outside whenever you can. And the next 3 days, it's going to warm up after tomorrow. Tomorrow, cloudy and very cold with that high being minus 18, low minus 21. But then Thursday, that high is going to be minus 14, still very cold. But Friday, that cold is going to be half as cold at minus 7, clouds breaking, not as cold. That is your first look at your evening weather. We'll have more after the break.
The Aztec Safety Challenge will once again be a world-class curling tournament at the Lloydminster Curling Center in the new year. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Today I'm joined by Jeff Mulligan, the Aztec Safety CEO, as well as one of the members of the organizing committee of the Aztec Safety Challenge, which will be coming here to Lloydminster this upcoming January. And so thank you so much for joining me today, Jeff.
Good to be with you, Thomas.
And Jeff, this is the second year of the Aztec Safety Challenge. Where did the idea of this event come from, and a little bit more about the event for those who have not been to it before?
We got into a major sponsorship, corporate partnership with Team Jacobs, and that was Team Botcher, now Team Jacobs. It was their idea to try to resurrect a major event here on the schedule, and we've established a spot on the schedule that seems to really work, and the event last year was very highly regarded.
And tell me a little bit about working with Team Jacobs to get this event to become world-class and bring the best curlers from across the world here to the border city.
A lot of parts have to come together, and I think everything from the purse provided by our corporate partners, all the way through to timing on the schedule, ability to travel across the country to get to the next event, which is the Grand Slam event in Guelph. But a lot of pieces have to come together. We have a great curling community. We provide a good purse. And we dealt with the curlers in a very first-class manner.
And what other special events are going to be taking place at the Aztec Safety Challenge this year?
This year, we want to make sure that we have a full house there every night. So we have tickets. There's about 100 tickets left for sale right now. We want to get those moved along. There's volunteer opportunities for people to get up close and personal with some of the best curlers in the world, as you've stated. And so we've got a few volunteer opportunities left, and we'll do orientation next Tuesday and Thursday. But for the most part, we've got a VIP reception for our corporate partners and the curlers on the first night, the 7th. We've got a junior curling clinic put on by Musgrave Agencies that'll have Team Jacobs, and many of the top curlers in the world will be there, along with some of our Team Barker female curlers that we sponsor as well are going to participate. So 60 very fortunate junior curlers are going to get an opportunity to participate in that on the 7th. And then the VIP reception. Then we kick off curling on the 8th. And at the 12:30 draw, we're going to have Seniors Day, and that's put on by Lakeside Pharmacy. So we're going to invite 30 seniors to get up close and personal, spend some time with the curlers, and get an opportunity to see the world's best.
And finally, Jeff, if people are interested in attending the event or watching it, where can they go to get more information and possibly get tickets to watch?
The events, curling will be 14 draws starting on January 8th, and 9th, 10th, 11th. The final wrap up on the 11th with the championship and semifinals are on the 11th, the Saturday. This year we're ending on a Saturday to permit travel for the curlers to Guelph. And so we're trying the Saturday end date. We've got tickets on Eventbrite. So you go to Eventbrite and search the Aztec Safety Challenge, and you can buy the tickets there on Eventbrite. Tickets are $135. That gets you to all 14 draws, including the final. And a great value there, obviously, to see the best in the world. And beyond that, if you can't get there, we have invested heavily in providing the live stream equipment to be able to live stream 2 of the sheets, sheet 4 and 5, every day. And people can can pick that up on the Aztec Safety Challenge Facebook and or on YouTube, searching Lloyd Golf and Curling Center. So that'll be out there. It was tremendously successful last year. We've got some of the same commentators coming back. We've got the same video crews coming back, Maz Entertainment and Groove T Productions. So should be a tremendous show on there as well. So all in, plus $125,000 purse for the curlers. I think we're bringing a world-class event that'll have all sorts of benefit to our community, and that's really the goal.
Thank you so much for all the information today, Jeff, and hopefully we have another great Aztec Safety Challenge with the weather being a little bit warmer than last year.
We look forward to seeing you there. We know you're a curling fan, Thomas. We'll see you there.
Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for a weekly edition of Pet Project, and today we have, I think, the most sweetest, handsomest boy in the whole world, Herman. Just look at his face. He's a little timid just around the camera, but that does not negate his adorable and sweet personality. He really is truly a sweetheart. Tell me about his story and what his best fit would be, because I guarantee it, any family would be lucky to have him.
Oh, absolutely. He is the sweetest boy.
Mm-hmm.
So he came in as a stray back on Remembrance Day. He's approximately about 8 months old, so he is still a puppy. That being said, such a well-behaved boy. Like, he is so sweet, but yes, he's a little nervous.
He is a little shy just with the camera, but when you put the camera down, he'll come up to you, and he is the sweetest.
Sweetheart. He loves kids, absolutely loves kids. He is a very playful, very affectionate, sweet boy. He's great. He loves other dogs. He just wants to make friends with everybody. And we had him out by the cat room, and he just peeking through the window. So we brought one out to test him with cats, and he absolutely loves the kittens. He just wanted to give them all the kisses. So I feel like he would do really well in any home. Of course, we do recommend testing with any animals that you might already have, but Herman gets along with everybody. He is purebred good boy.
Yes.
In my professional opinion.
I truly believe he is the sweetest animal that we've talked about. There's been a ton of just sweet animals that have come through here, of course, and went on to find their forever homes. But Herman, he's just sweet is just his word to describe him. And his little ears that flop in the front, he really is. He is a unique boy. He is. And I was sitting with him a little bit on Friday during jail and bail out in the front. And like you said, with the kittens, he was looking up into the window. There were a few in the window, and he was crying out for them because I think he just wanted to see them. And there were a few kittens in the lobby too that he was eyeing and he wanted to definitely play with. So he would make a fantastic addition. Now, going off on jail and bail, that took place on Friday. The silent auction ended on Sunday. You still have a raffle going on.
We do.
Talk about how jail and bail went and the silent auction and how people can still give back and take part in this raffle.
So yeah, our jail and bail went really well with our silent auction, with everybody getting locked up. With the full jail and bail, we don't have a complete total yet, but we did initially raise over $20,000. We do still have a raffle going on for a $1,000 co-op gift card. There's a link available on our Facebook page for it, so you buy tickets for that. That'll be a nice little gift right before the holidays. So that's still going on until Sunday, so you better scoop up your tickets while they're still available.
Yes, and it's great that the event went so well as well. I had a lot of fun. I mean, just sitting with the animals, that's more than enough, but it was a fantastic event, like every year it is, and it's always a huge success. Now, we introduced this last week, and we're going to talk about it again, but it's the home for the holidays, or like we said, the Howl Days.
Holidays, yeah.
And it's a new temporary foster program that you guys are starting this this year to bring some of the shelter dogs into your home for the holidays. So tell me about that and how interested families would like to participate.
So our Home for the Holidays is something that I think would be absolutely amazing, because we would like to come in here Christmas Day and have all these little guys gone, right? So it's a temporary foster program. You can contact the shelter via phone or email. I can have those available for you. And essentially you temporarily foster an animal in your home over the holidays, and it gives them a chance to get out of here and into a nice warm home, right? And maybe they don't come back at all and you adopt them.
Exactly. And I mean, that goes right on to saying that if you're interested in or wanting to get an animal, a dog, permanently, this is a fantastic way to test that out. Without going through the adoption process and then realizing it isn't a best fit and then bringing them back. This is very temporary, a foster program. So it's a fantastic way to see if having a pet is fit for you and your household.
And we'll provide the food, toys, any enrichment things that you would need for this animal stay with you. It could be a weekend, take them for a week or two, but we provide anything that you would need to foster these little angels in your home.
Yes, and I mean, Herman would be a fantastic pet to have in your home forever, really. And I think the program is fantastic as well, and it gives them, the shelter dogs, a chance to experience a little warmth for the holidays, which is lovely. And finally, while Herman tries to escape, what are the donations that you're in need of?
So far, we still need the extra large dog coats. We're in need of things like floor cleaner, the disinfectant spray, small latex-free gloves. We do have some staff with allergies. We're also going to be needing things like laundry soap, so puppy wet food, toilet paper would also be very helpful.
Fantastic. And of course, the Sick and Injured Fund as well. How can people donate to that?
So you can donate in person. We do take cash or debit. You can also e-transfer finance@borderpaws.ca, and in the memo field write sick and injured, and absolutely every penny of that goes towards the medical care for our animals.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, as always, for joining us. And Herman, I mean, there's nothing but love and sweetness running through him, and he would absolutely make the perfect addition to any household. So hopefully that happens very soon. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Author Brad C. Anderson has his latest book coming out next week. Stacey Comer found out more about the release and what inspired him to write it.
I'm happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News by Brad C. Anderson. Brad is an author, and we're going to chat about his latest release upcoming December 17th, I guess it is. Brad, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Well, let's talk about Ashby's Song. It's the name of the book. Again, as I said, coming out December 17th. Tell me a little bit about the plot without giving too much away.
Yeah, all right. So Ashby's Song is, so the main character, her name is Ashby, and she is really, she's torn because she lives in a world that's been sort of conquered and oppressed for generations, and she's torn between wanting to join the resistance and try to fight for her people versus looking after her family. She has a special needs brother that needs constant attention, and so she's sort of pulled in these two directions. She wants to go out and fight for her people, but she also feels this obligation to look after her brother, and hijinks ensue.
How did you get the inspiration to write this book, Brad? Is it something you've been thinking about for a while, or how do you bring all these characters together and decide, how you're going to make this all work into a story?
That's a great question. And so the seed of the idea for this actually was planted way back in like 2015 with the Syrian refugee crisis, of all things. And the thing that kind of really stuck in my head was sort of around that time, there were certain political pundits that were like looking at the streams of refugees coming in, and they're like pointing at all the young men, and they were like, oh, those young men, like, what are they doing in these, coming to our countries as refugees? They should be staying in their own country and, fighting for their country, right? And I remember like listening to that and kind of thinking like, I think part of the problem is that there's like far too many people willing to fight, die, and kill for their country in Syria right now at that point in time. And it kind of got me thinking about the nature of heroism. Like, is a hero somebody who leaves their family and fights for their country, or is a hero somebody when war breaks out, somebody who grabs their family and runs, right? Like what is the right heroic thing to do? And that's kind of where I got that was the seed of the idea that I built Ashme's Song around, sort of exploring that theme.
We were having a bit of a conversation before we started the interview, and I was talking about how I give credit to authors because there's just so much work that goes into writing this and making sure the characters are developed and you intertwine them properly. And so how much research did you do, Brad, to get this book to come together? Because I think maybe people don't quite appreciate how much work goes into something like this.
Yeah. As I got the idea in 2015, and it's getting published in 2024. So that's how much work goes into it. I did a lot of There's a lot of things that kind of come together in the early stages of writing a book. I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of 20th century history. 20th, like most of world history, but like 20th century history has a lot of examples of conflicts, of groups being oppressed by other groups, and those types of conflicts are all over the world, and the 20th century still to this day. So I did a lot of research into that. I tried to find a lot of research written by the voices of the people who were like living in those countries, who were living under those conditions. Just as in a lot of different contexts, try to get flavor, feel, examples of how these dynamics play out. So yeah, a lot of research into that just to kind of get that feel. And then in terms of the world building, for me that's one of the fun parts of science fiction. I love world building. Just sort of imagining the way that the worlds could be. I sort of have this like little collection of thoughts and notes and stuff like that, which have character ideas and plot ideas and world ideas and stuff like that. And then usually when I sit down to write, like I kind of have a theme that I want to explore. And then as I have this theme that I want to explore, all of a sudden it's like, well, like those characters that I kind of imagined way back when, maybe those would be good characters to explore this theme. And this like little dynamic or world idea might also kind of help build and help me build this theme. When you're world building, you don't just world build for fun, for the sake of it. Like you wanna build a world and build characters that will allow you to explore the theme. For me, at least, the theme you want to explore.
Right.
It starts with this theme that I want to explore, and then you start figuring out what are the characters I need to make this theme come to life. What's the world that I need to really make this theme come to life? And that's kind of the focus point of that. I could talk about that for hours if you want to hear about it, but that's kind of that's the start. So that theme that I want to explore, look at research around it to inform myself about that theme, pick characters that help me explore it, pick dynamics in the world like power struggles, institutions that kind of help me explore that theme, and then start to bring it all together in a cohesive way. That's the fun part.
Well, it sounds like it's a very exciting subject in this book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And again, it's coming out the 17th of December. So if people are looking to purchase this, what is the best way to find it? And also, if they want to find out more about you, where can they get that info?
You betcha. Probably both at the same place. BradAnderson2000.com. I'm the 2000th one.
Okay.
www.BradAnderson2000.com. That's my main website. It has links to all my books there, and then also has links to all my socials there as well. So you can kind of figure out if you go there, you can find probably everything that you want about the books, about me, and so on.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. And again, we're looking forward to the release of this book. It is December 17th, Ashme's Song. Thank you for joining me, Brad, and I wish you happy holidays as well.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you.
Coming up after the break, our Lane Hotford will have another look at our evening weather forecast.
Welcome back. Let's take another look at your evening weather. Right now it's minus 21 in Lloydminster. That 9-kilometer-an-hour wind, though, making it feel a little bit more like minus 28. So approaching that minus 30, you probably don't want to be outside for too long. If you are, you might start to freeze if you're not wearing a coat or toque or mitts or any of that. You can see a little bit warmer just about everywhere else in central Alberta. Jasper minus 2, Edson and Rocky Mountain House both minus 4, Whitecourt minus 8, Red Deer minus 9, Edmonton minus 11, Athabasca minus 15, and Cold Lake minus 18. Over in central Saskatchewan, however, it is a little bit closer to Lloydminster. Meadow Lake minus 21, as well as Prince Albert and Saskatoon. North Battleford minus 20 and Melfort minus 23. Moving up north, Uranium City is minus 31, so somebody is actually feeling those minus 30 temperatures. Stony Rapids and Wollaston Lake both minus 29. South End Reindeer minus 26. Laloche and Buffalo Narrows minus 23. And Flin Flon minus 25. However, in Alberta, once again, a little bit warmer in places. Fort Chipewyan, however, minus 28. Fort McMurray minus 22. Peace River and Grand Prairie minus 8. Slave Lake minus 13. And High Level minus 16. Calgary and Lethbridge minus 1. Banff minus 3. Coronation minus 13. Medicine Hat minus 9. Kindersley and Swift Current minus 21. Yorkton minus 22. Moose Jaw minus 16. Regina minus 18. And Estevan minus 17. Taking a look at some overnight temperatures throughout the region. Meadow Lake and Isle Cross minus 25. Paradise Hill minus 23. Bonnyville minus 19. And Provost minus 18, all with some clouds and a little bit of snow in some of those areas. Taking a look at more temperatures, Mirnam and Wainwright are both at minus 19. Pierceland minus 21, Unity minus 22, and Calgary easily the warmest of the bunch at minus 5 with just a cloudy day. Now looking at your 7-day forecast, tomorrow will be minus 18, cloudy and very cold, and Thursday will be another very cold day. But after that, we will get another 3-day stretch of some warmer weather. It seems to be that classic, Alberta and Saskatchewan fluctuating weather, real cold, and then warm once again, back to cold.
Yeah, we just can't seem to pick a temperature and stay with it. It's going to be fluctuating, like you said, for quite some time now, and will in the future, and there's nothing we can do about it.
That's right. We just got to live with it, I guess.
That's true. And that is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.